Yeah, we're back, Doc.
Hola.
Hola, hola, ¿cómo estáis?
Good, good. Muy bien, muy bien.
Episode 31. Your Spanish is really good, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Better than your English.
What's that?
Sorry, it's better than your English.
You're full of compliments today. This will be a good talk, man.
Yeah.
I hope we have opposing views.
I know, eh? It's always good to have that. But
Yeah,
generally are on the same page with a lot of stuff. I think we think alike.
that's because we're both knowledgeable.
When it comes to sport, I love the background the background that we've been using for our when we post.
Yeah, that bell was used in a lot of amateur fights and a couple of pro fights at the Mississauga. Was it the Ice Palace?
Hershey Center.
Hershey's. Yeah.
Nice.
So I love it, man. This is my own little boxing corner. I got my TV over here to watch the fights.
Yeah.
Make notes, table to make notes.
Man, you're really doing your homework, eh?
Yeah, man. I love
this. That's cool. Then you how did you get it?
You know what? It was a boxing gym that closed up.
Oh.
I got the I don't want to say the name of the gym.
Yeah. Okay. No worries.
That was a gift from that gym, and I treated a lot of the people that work there, a lot of the fighters, a lot of the trainers, that sort of thing.
Did you? Yeah.
It was good.
Nice.
But moving right along, man.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna move along. There were some fights on this weekend, and it's 122-pound weight class, so that's like junior featherweight, super
bantamweight, yeah,
whatever you like to call it. That was my weight class, like bantamweight, super bantamweight. So I have an invested interest in this weight class, of course, right?
Yeah.
And I knew going into this fight, so we're talking about the fight that was on yesterday, and that's on Showtime, the Showtime card from Uncasville, Connecticut. So basically, we had Philadelphia's own Stephen Cool Boy Steph, that's a nickname, Fulton Jr., who's now become 19-0 with the 8 KOs because he won a unanimous decision yesterday over Angelo El Chinito Leo. I always like to put look for the if their nickname is not put on in whatever Reddit, but I'll look for it because I want to see their nickname. Because I think the nickname always has some, a reflection of the fighter, right? So
for sure.
Like
little bit of insight maybe into their character in the ring.
Exactly, and that's what it is. Like they're not just gonna have a nickname that totally not close to what their moniker is, right?
Yeah, yours was Seek and Destroy, right?
No, I didn't even have one.
Really?
My nickname is Singh, and every Sikh their last name or middle name is Singh, and it means lion. Each male, Sikh male.
Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so Andrew Singh Kuna, whenever you see So Singh, whatever So Singh, they're Sikh.
Right. That makes sense. So both of those guys, same age, 26 years old, both undefeated.
They're both 26. They're both undefeated. And then, anyways, Cool Boy Steph, he won that fight yesterday, and it was a great fight too. I gotta tell you, and I'm not just being biased because of the weight class, but it was a unanimous decision too against Angelo Leo. He was the champion going into this fight, the WBO junior bantamweight. The super bantamweight champion.
Yeah.
He had the WBO belt, and it was a unanimous decision, 119, 109 twice, and 118, 110. Did you?
Yeah,
How did you, Doug? Did you get a chance to like look at this fight or?
I watched the whole fight.
Beautiful. Then
Yeah,
we can talk. Good.
absolutely, man. There was a
Good.
lot to this fight. It was very exciting.
Damn.
Some rounds were very difficult to score. Really, some rounds could be a tie. Some can go either way. But overall, I definitely think the better man, the right man, won at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
And I think that the scorecards of 119, 109 twice, and I think that was pretty much how the fight went down. I mean,
I I thought it was a little closer,
maybe a little closer, but I
but
mean,
still good judging at the end of the day.
and see, one thing is that everyone's gonna say is like, why did Fulton Jr. and because he's such a slick fighter, Philadelphia fighter, slick
Yep.
boxing, long arms, speed, and all. Why did he fight on the inside? Why did he fight Angelo Leo's game? And and this is what he said. So he's like, Fulton was like, I know I'm the superior boxer and everything, right? So, but he goes, I was more looking so to beat him at his own game. And I told y'all I was going to engage in this fight, not just box. And I did a little bit of both, but I'm more so engaged in his style. And they just sat in the phone booth and they just threw a lot of punches,
Yeah.
lots of punches. And that always makes for an entertaining fight. And then basically what he's saying is that, I did that to show I was a better man and better at what he does. And the one thing that he was alluding to too was Fulton Jr. is like, this is his opportunity on a network, like a major network, Showtime, and a lot of viewers watch this. And when you have an opportunity like that, you got to capitalize. You got to put on a show. You got to fight the best that you've ever fought because you want to win the crowd per se, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I first of all, that would have been my guess that he would say that he wanted to show that he could fight that type of fight.
Yeah.
And he proved that. And I think it's good. It sends a strong message to future contenders that, hey, if you're coming up to see me, I fight every style.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have an advantage on me. So I get that. However, when he was snapping his jab,
oh, damn, that jab was sick, man.
he controlled distance. He controlled the pace of the fight. He would stop Angelo in his tracks. Like, and I like that type of, I like that type of boxing. I like the finesse stuff.
Yeah.
Not to say they're not technical when they're in the phone booth, because they both were very skilled in the phone booth.
Yeah.
But I think he would have, and it would have been just as entertaining if he just schooled them from the outside and through combinations. People would love that as much as they love the fight.
Unfortunately, Doc, like the way that it goes is not everyone thinks that way that we do. Like we really appreciate that kind of boxing and stuff.
Right.
Like look at, for example, Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, look at how brilliant he is when he fights, but people are down on him. Like he's not engaging. We want to see him fight, whatever. That's the way it is. So he knew that he needed to go for it. And then we're talking about his jab, right? Like his jab was sick. His jab was off the chain, man. Like Fulton was landing 364 out of he threw 364 jabs, landed 183.
Wow.
Leo threw 262. Sorry. No, the jabs, power jabs. It was 270 was thrown by Fulton, landing 44 of them, and Leo threw 122, landing 24. So that jab was sick. Like it was that boom, snap.
And from his hip.
Yeah, you know what they do, Doc? Like that jab is like the weight. It's like a transfer a little bit of the weight here, and then straight up like that, bang. It's not like boom. It's like little bang, like
A little
that.
lean off of it.
A little, and it becomes longer when you do that. That
Good
little,
point.
it becomes a little bit longer. You
Right,
know?
right.
So you
And
add
he
a little.
snapped that nice. Not only did he snap, so he was snapping that jab from his hip, and sometimes he would snap up, turn it into a hook. So he'd be snapping a hook from his hip. It
It
was
was
very
beautiful.
effective. I
Yeah.
would have loved to seen that type of fight, but I was still amazed. I just don't like seeing young guys when they're reaching the top, a pinnacle in their career, like a championship belt. I don't
Yeah.
like seeing them at that early
I
stage
agree.
taking all those headshots.
Yeah, I agree. Even though like the we're talking about punches landed and and Fulton landed 183 of 364 punches. Oh no, sorry, that's totally wrong because we talked about no, that's totally wrong because we talked about the amount of punches that they threw in the fight, and Fulton threw over close to 2,000 punches.
Wow.
Can you
Wow.
believe that?
That's almost 200. That's incredible. And I think I think that's double from what he normally throws.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that because I didn't look at his prior
I,
fights and stuff. But one thing is about this fight too. They were originally scheduled to fight, but then in August, but then
right.
Fulton contracted the COVID,
Yeah.
and then Leo went on and fought for the belt, and he won that vacant belt. But just a little tad tidbit about that.
Right. Right.
Um,
What a tough first defense though. For
The thing is,
like,
Doc, the thing is at 122, you ain't gonna fight nobody that's not sick, like really good. The thing
mhm.
the thing is like whenever just smaller guys, first of all, smaller guys, and I'm not just saying because I'm a smaller fighter, but smaller guys, they generally all know how to fight. There's not a big discrepancy in like there is in heavyweight. There's some that can fight and there's some that can't. Whatever. There's
Yeah.
no discrepancy like that. Like for me, when we used to go for qualification for Olympics and stuff, our qualifying zone was so tough in the smaller weight classes, like
Yeah.
Mexico and Argentina and Brazil and Cuba and like these tough small guys, right?
Yeah.
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 So
Good point.
this weight class is stacked. This
Yeah.
this is another weight class that's like the 135-pound weight class. Just but the names are not as known because that's all
Right.
the smaller weight class fighters, right? They're not big names and stuff. I mean, like for example, we can just jump to the next fight because there was another 122-pound fight. Did
Yeah.
you see that one too?
Yeah.
Rasi Alim. Now
Yes.
he's 18 and 0, 12 knockouts from Muskoka, Michigan.
Yeah.
Michigan in the house. Um, with the 11th round TKO over a very game Victor Pasiles. I didn't get his nickname there, but he's from East LA. He's originally from East LA. Now he
Mhm.
falls to 15 and 1 AKOs, and he was a southpaw too. I thought it was a really intriguing match. Man, this kid is sick, eh?
Yeah.
Received.
Yeah. And he's got some power too. How many
Yeah,
times did he knock him down? Was it four or
four
six?
times,
Four
four,
times.
four, knocked him down 4 times. It
Yeah.
was nice. One thing, Doc, is like just quickly about knockdowns. Then you saw when he connected with that overhand loop.
Yes. Yes.
Because it was more. He was more. It was more that Pasalas was. He was shocked. Like it was. He was just a punch was thrown like the unorthodox punch, bang, and it hit you, and then because it's not like the straight. I know that for a fact because I've been in fights where, bang, I got knocked down. This guy just threw a punch out of nowhere, and I'm like, what the hell?
You didn't see it coming.
I didn't even see it coming.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
those punches are very dangerous.
Those are the one. Also to the body, the body punch you don't see coming up. That's the one that makes you take a knee usually.
Sure. Yeah, that's the most satisfying when you hit him to the body. he won the fight. I was fighting with hitting the body, he was making little goal gestures like, ah. That was Tyson.
you really want to listen for that sound. But let me
Yeah.
ask you, because you fought in that division as well, and I remember your style of fighting.
Mhm.
But do you find energy-wise, is it more draining fighting from the outside and moving, sticking and moving, or is it more draining just being in the phone booth where there's lulls in action, but you're still grappling almost, you're still holding,
For
still
sure.
blocking?
I
What do you
agree
find
to
more draining?
well, it's gonna be for sure. It's gonna be boxing from the outside because you're
Mm,
expending more energy and trying to fend the guy off. Like you're not comfortable. Like the whole if a guy's coming forward all the time, you gotta get out of. You're going at his pace. It's coming. He's coming at you like a pit bull, and you gotta move and box at your. Unless you want to sit there, like Fulton did, and just fight.
right, right.
You know,
Yeah.
but
These guys went for it. Coming back
yeah.
to Fulton again. I mean, they went nonstop. Oh, I still want to talk about that fight again. One more
Okay.
thing I noticed, because they
Sure.
did go nonstop for 12 rounds. They were in
Yeah.
great shape, both
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I love
Yeah.
seeing that. But both corners were really good and really professional.
Mm-hmm.
And I could always hear Fulton when I went to Fulton Jr.'s corner. Calm,
Oh, that's
very
beautiful. Yeah.
concise, specific instructions.
Mm-hmm.
Bam, go do it.
Yeah.
And and,
Well,
and same with Leo's corner too.
yeah.
Very specific.
Until like the 11th round when
Right.
his dad's his father trainer was like, you gotta knock him out, son.
He was right.
He was
That
right.
was the time to be like
You
that.
you gotta be honest with your
Yeah.
client. You can't
Yeah.
beat around the bush and be like, oh, you got this in the bag, and don't you, man, you gotta knock him out now, or you're
Yeah.
gonna lose.
And even that whole both that so that really impressed me, both corners. And you can see why these guys are at the top of that division. But also even the cut man in Leo's corner. These are the guys you don't hear much about after a fight.
And they're
But he
so
did a good
important.
job in containing that cut.
It, to have
And
a
then you
good,
had the ref. That was like the perfect ref for
okay,
that type of fight. He
yeah,
let them hold. He didn't
he
hit
did.
it and
He did
break it
know
up.
he wasn't like break it and whatever.
You notice
He
that?
let them go. He let them do it. He let them
That
throw
was, yeah, yeah.
because
That was a
they.
perfect
Yeah, you're
ref
right.
fight.
Because they weren't. Why can't it be consistent down the board, down the line? These with the
Oh,
reffing. Why isn't it? you know,
yeah, yeah.
that's
That's why they gotta have like ref school.
they got to like it. I mean, I don't know how many things need to happen
Yeah,
before we make a change and do
yeah.
some kind of reform about that. You know, I don't know, but
In every other sport, the refs seem very consistent. Like hockey refs, when they're gonna, they make a few mistakes here and there, but
I
um,
I like the I
just
like the video replay. I mean, the video replay. Just go on video replay in between the rounds and look at it briefly.
yeah,
You're not doing anything else, the ref. You have the commission looking in the corners and
yeah,
seeing there's no uh hanky panky stuff going on there.
yeah. I agree. I agree. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that fight. Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
like the way it was ref.
yeah,
Otherwise, with the amount of clutching and grabbing, if you had another ref in there that was
yeah,
always jumping in,
yeah,
that would have wrecked the whole flow. Would
yeah,
have even wrecked the entertainment value of a fight like that. So they had the
yeah.
right guy in there. Man, Showtime has so much experience with fights now too.
Showtime,
And
I think is the best network out there with the best, Steve Farhood and Raul Marquez and
yes,
that and Mauro Bernal. I
Mauro.
like
Yeah,
I like him. He really knows his stuff.
he knows his stuff. Yeah, and that was a Mayweather promotion as well.
Yeah,
See that?
because it wasn't Mayweather
Yeah.
because on the undercard you got that Ronaldo whatever. I don't even like that guy. Uh, uh,
Who was it?
Well, we'll go back to that fight. But
Yeah, yeah.
anyways,
Okay, yeah.
the lean fight, Ronaldo Romero, that
Right.
fight, that was the first fight that night. I don't know if you saw it, but it's
I didn't see
nothing.
that one.
It wasn't even something that you didn't want to see.
Okay, good.
But Aleem, eh? Like
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. He looks really big for 122, doesn't he?
He looks big. Eh? He's 30 years old. He's just like a mature like man within his
Yeah,
prime.
yeah. Big,
So
big 122.
this is what he was saying then. He was like, I was dominant. I wanted to put an exclamation mark with this performance, which he did. It feels absolutely amazing. It just confirms what I knew in my head that I have elite power. He's one of the top fighters in the division with the undefeated record on that. And to knock him out means I'm a true threat.
Yeah, yeah.
And
He is.
then he's going on to say, I think a lot of people were sleeping on me and my power, and I was surprised that I didn't stop him. No, sorry, he goes, I wasn't surprised I didn't stop him. I didn't
Mhm.
think he'd be able to go to the distance with me. I think a lot of the fighters in the division should really be on notice. It doesn't matter who I fight next. I'm ready to be a world champion.
Nice.
Love it, eh?
Yeah, yeah. That's good. I
Yeah.
like hearing that. So
So
the only if he did fight um, Fulton, that's just a WBO belt
yeah,
title.
yeah,
Um, does any other 122 pounder have other belts? A
yeah, yeah.
WBC is that out there? An IBF?
Yeah, there's the WBC champion is Luis Neri. He's from Mexico. He's only 26, undefeated. Um, I don't even have his record here, but he's undefeated and he's a southpaw and he's sick, undefeated. I
Wow,
think he's like 31 and 0.
nice man,
Some crazy.
nice.
And then
See,
yeah, then
that
you
makes
have,
some unification titles. Sorry, that makes some
yeah. No,
unification.
totally. And then you have Mortajan Akhmadalov from Uzbekistan, and
Oh,
he's a 2016 bronze medalist. He's
yes,
8-0 with 6 KO southpaw. But look at the guys he's beaten already with the 8-0 record. You know, with the 8-0 record, but he's coming from Olympic background and Olympic experience and amateur experience, and they're coming from those countries like Uzbekistan and
yeah,
Kazakhstan and Ukraine and Russia. You know, they're very well
tough.
skilled.
I've seen sparring video of him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He beat Daniel Roman, who and then fought and look, their records are like Roman's record now is 27-2 because he lost to him,
yeah,
Akhmadaliev. That and he beat Wilmer Soto TKO. That's he was 22-6. Carlson 23-5. He TKO'd him. Isaac
yeah,
Jarate 16-3 KO and Roman Contreras 15-6.
yeah, yeah.
So
This
they're
guy
just
must. He's good.
yeah. The boy good. Uh, like sorry, Uzbekistan, they're very well schooled. Like in the 2004 Olympics, I got a bye in the first round. Then I fought Venezuela, beat him pretty good, and then I fought Uzbekistan in the quarterfinals. So if I would have won this fight, I would have been guaranteed a bronze medal.
Oh man.
This fight was a shootout, doc. Like it was like he was the under 19. I think he was the under 19 gold medalist at the World Juniors. He was only 19 years old, but this kid was a beast. He was tall, and we were in a shootout. Like the score ended up being like 44-36, something like that at the end. But look, Doc, the thing is like you know how Olympic scoring is, right?
Yes.
Especially if you know if you're from a country like Canada and we're not power in boxing. Right away, the first round, the first couple of rounds, I'm not even getting points. And I'm scoring points on this, and it looks like I'm winning the fight in the first round, and I'm down, and I'm down, and I'm down. It's rubbish, but wherever the
Yeah, I
case,
hate that.
the scoring is rubbish, man.
Yeah, yeah. But the point is, this guy though was tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
No,
to protect.
definitely was tough. It
Yeah,
was the guy that I fought,
the
because
guy you
then,
fought.
because then he went and fought Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux won the gold medal. I would have fought
Right.
Rigondeaux next fight,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
in the
But you fought
semifinal.
him before
I
Ricky. Yeah,
did fight him before the
yeah.
semifinal bout,
Right. I
uh,
remember.
and I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to entertain that time
No.
again, man. To be honest, like I ain't afraid of nobody, but man, this guy was like he was something. He
Yeah,
was
yeah,
something to behold, like a different
yeah,
beast.
yeah. True, true. Listen, he translated that initially when he became a pro, and then it just didn't translate well as he started meeting some better and better fighters. But
Yeah, yeah, no, that's what happened. That in the professional game. Look, Doc,
mhm,
you got a guy that dominated the amateurs for
yeah,
many years. He could have been one of the best Cubans ever with
yeah,
2 Olympic gold medals, and then he was gonna go for his third before he defected.
that's
Um,
right.
but his success as an amateur did not translate to professional success
No, I mean, he beat most guys.
at the beginning, right?
Yeah, including the Filipino Flash,
Yeah,
right?
he schooled
Yeah, but
Donito.
he was not an entertaining fighter, unfortunately.
That's exactly it. Top
And
rank dropped him right away.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
and he had trouble finding fights. Then he fought Lomachenko, and uno mas, he gave up.
yeah.
He
I
quit.
went to Nomaschenko.
No mas.
Nomaschenko. I went to that fight in New York. That was a nice bout to be at.
The Lomachenko Rigondeaux
Reagan, yeah,
fight.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, nice,
yeah.
nice. Yeah, Rigondeaux got schooled in there. Too
The
small too.
too small. He got
Yeah,
humiliated. Then he said, "Oh, he hurt his hand," and
yeah,
then his coach said it wasn't even his hand. He was just making that up, you know.
yeah.
Uh,
And now you don't hear much from him.
no, you don't.
Unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
appreciated his skill though.
I mean, like, you see the guy, like he was sick, man. Like,
He
Doc,
was
like one thing with me, I've always been a big fan of boxing. Even when I was fighting, for sure. I was like, so I knew who the guys were
right.
in my weight class, especially, but even other weight classes. I knew who the good fighters were, and I knew everything about Rigneal. And I was like, man, this guy is sick. Like
Yeah.
I've seen him at the first time I saw him fight was in the 2001 World Championships in Belfast,
Mhm.
Ireland, the senior championship. He won that one, and he was like the hero of the. They love boxing over there, Ireland.
Oh, for
They
sure.
love, yeah, England, Ireland. They loved him, man. And
Yeah.
then I went to Ireland years later for a training camp to go spar with the Cuban team that defected from Cuba and wound up in Ireland to fight professional. And there's some sick professionals. Um, Orlando was, yeah, I think, no, was it Solis? I think Solis was there. I can't remember. I
Hmm.
think Solis, yeah.
Well,
Um,
there was also, remember they called them the
no, it wasn't
Cuban
Solis.
Irish. Was he was a cruiserweight. You remember him? And he was from Cuba, but he fought out of Ireland. And I think
I'm,
he
I'm
fought Troy Ross, and I thought Ross beat him in that fight, but they gave it to him, to
yeah, yeah,
the Cuban Irishman, they called him.
yeah.
Remember
Uh,
that?
yes, why am I
Was
forgetting?
it Michael something?
Oh my God, why am I doing this, Mike? Oh,
Come on, man.
my God.
Come on, you got the younger
Because
brain.
then he had that fight with
With the
Absalamov, the
right
Russian, and
brain
the
damage.
blame please know that.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
the dude.
yeah,
I forget his
he
name.
was good.
Yeah,
Oh, we'll come back to it,
yeah.
man. Fucking
I know that's gonna bug you.
Right after you get off, then I'm gonna know right away. Oh damn, that was it. I made myself
Then
look.
write it in the little description column.
Oh yeah, okay, okay,
Seriously.
yeah, yeah. Um,
What else we got in the docket, boss?
okay, and then so we talked about those fights. So there's also a little bit of news about Ryan. Look at, see the notice the shirt. Who is
What is
that?
see? Who is that? Let me see.
Put your glasses on,
Oh,
man.
that's better.
That's Tank.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tank.
I couldn't understand what his face was. It looked like an
Yeah.
ape.
Oh. That's why they call him Tank, man.
Tank Davis.
Tank Davis. So yeah, Tank. So the fight with Brian Garcia and Tank is being talked about a lot right now, right?
Okay.
But right now, what Ryan has said, uh, sorry, excuse me. He's like they're working on a fight that's bigger than the Tank fight. They're working on a fight right now that's bigger than the Tank fight.
What does that
So,
mean?
what a bigger an opponent than the Tank fight. So basically, this is what this is. Do you know? Would you know what it is?
So, a bigger fight, like a bigger fight. Does
Uh,
that mean a more well-known fighter,
I think
or a
what
world champion?
I think when we talk about what the bigger fight is, we're
It's
always referring back to money, the money, the money
whoever brings
fight.
the most money.
Yeah, and usually
Uh,
the better guy brings the best money. So basically, so Pacquiao is in the equation here. A Pacquiao fight. So we got the young lion and the old veteran.
okay, so
Different weight classes. I know,
yeah,
right?
Pacquiao's 147.
Yeah, and he's 135.
So where is
But
he? Where are they going to meet?
they can meet where money's involved. Everything will be taken care of.
Well,
If
if I was Pacquiao's team, that the weight I would choose would be as close to 147 as possible for sure, and they should dictate that.
I don't think Garcia would take that. Then that's too much of. It's easier. It's harder to go. Wait, it's easier to lose weight than go up in weight because you're when you lose weight, you're stronger. You're stronger coming down in weight. But if you're going
Well,
up in weight,
it depends. How much do you have to drain to get to lower your weight? And the thing is, Pacquiao's over 40 now. It's
yeah,
harder. So here's an interesting
42.
42. Here's a neat little stat that happens. So if I'm in my early 30s and 20s and I do a certain level of exercise and I eat a certain number of calories,
Mm.
if I do that in my 40s, I still do the same amount of exercise training
Yeah,
and eat the same number of calories. Guess what? I'm gonna gain weight
gain weight.
doing the same thing. Exactly. So
Metabolism.
it has to do with metabolism. What happens is the average man, once he hits 40, will, if he does the same thing, will gain a pound a year. And in the 50s, same deal. So it's much harder for a 42-year-old guy to come down in weight without really almost, unless he does it slowly over time, but it's still difficult to
Yeah,
come down.
right.
And once you come down, if you really have to drain it and tighten that caloric intake and water consumption a few days before the fight, going to be a little bit drained, just like what happened with Golden Boy when he fought Pacquiao, right?
Yeah,
He had
yeah.
to, Freddie saw little marks, IV marks,
Oh yeah,
right? Because he had to lose so much weight
yeah.
and dehydrate that he had to get an IV.
But he even came in at 145 and not even 147. And
That would be the best I think, for Pacquiao, 145.
no, I mean De La Hoya. De La Hoya. He came in at
Oh,
145 to that for that fight.
yeah. he was drained too. Like that was tough for him
He was
to,
drained.
to
He was
fight. Yeah.
past it.
And Freddie, I remember Freddie Roach noticed that, and then in the corner before the bell rung to start the fight, Freddie
Yeah.
said to Pacquiao, "Push this guy. He's. They had to rehydrate him with IV, so push him. He's not gonna have a lot of energy."
Hey, isn't Freddie Roach such an amazing trainer?
Yeah, he is.
He's amazing, man. Like he's trained so many good fighters. Look what he did with Pacquiao. He made, and I mean, if Pacquiao did it as well too, but Freddie
Sure.
Roach is a mind behind that, and
Right.
he yeah, like
That's what he
amazing.
is. He's
And
the mind.
and I look at a lot. I follow him on Instagram, and a lot of fighters always compliment him and say they learned so much from him, and they can't wait to train again with him, and
It's awesome.
things like that. And what are training?
I've actually got a buddy that trained in LA. Used to train in LA like 20 years ago with Freddie.
Oh yeah,
He would say, Amir, and he showed me the pictures of him and Freddie in the gym.
yeah,
It's pretty cool. But he said that was the time Amir Khan was in there.
Oh nice, wow.
Just as a really young kid, but
Yeah,
so maybe it was less than 20 years ago. It would have been about
Yeah.
15 years ago. Yeah.
yeah.
But the point is, so if they make that fight happen, because that's a big money fight, like you said,
It is.
Pacquiao coming down in a catch weight too much would be tough. Would be very difficult.
Yeah.
Look how Mayweather got Canelo to come down in weight.
Yeah. Mayweather rules. Like remember the Jordan rules, Michael Jordan, when they wrote that book about the Jordan rules? Mayweather's got his own rules.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's been happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what this is what Ryan Garcia is saying. And I like him. He's like he's got that arrogance about him, but it's not like over arrogant, and it's just it's good. Like you like him. He knows what and he knows how good he is, and he wants to do stuff. He wants to be great.
Yeah.
He's like, I really do want to have that fight with Gervonta Davis, and I'll knock him out in 2 rounds. This will happen. Mark my words. Gervonta knows what's going to happen. It's just time. Time will tell. That's what Garcia is saying. He's like, I also have, I would say this. I have a potential huge, bigger fight than him. I might put him off to the side. I'm still going to fight him, but I won't fight him until there's a bigger opportunity. I mean, I would not fight him unless it was an even bigger opportunity. But I cannot say anything right now, so I'm just gonna keep that whatever. But the latest is that it's gonna be a Pacquiao fight because there's nothing else out there that would.
So I mean, Pacquiao surprised us with Keith Thurman. How well he fought. What do you think?
Sorry. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what do you think about this type of matchup? What's your initial thought?
Honestly, like you're definitely right about that. We know Pacquiao's older and everything, and he's got a lot of miles on the odometer. A lot of fights, a lot of wars, knockdowns, whatever. He's got a lot of mileage. But he keeps defying the odds. He did it with Thurman, who everyone thought he's sometime Thurman. That he had a chance that Thurman was going to beat him, and he's a younger guy. So we'd be foolish to overlook Ryan Garcia and say Pacquiao is, he's a guy he's going to beat, because Garcia is young. Like he's 23. Or 22, and he's 5'10", right? And he's got a 70-inch reach advantage. So I think with those things combined with speed can definitely give Pacquiao trouble. And we forgot how good he is with southpaws. Like, look what he did to Luke Campbell with that hook to the body, and that's
Yeah,
a good that's an open shot against a
yeah,
southpaw, deadly
yeah.
shot.
True, true. But he's
So
also vulnerable
he's
to a
also
lefty.
vulnerable to the straight left, yeah,
Yeah,
and he's been knocked down, and we've seen that. But I
yeah.
mean, he's improving. He's young.
Mhm.
Boxing is a young man's sport.
Yeah. This is an intriguing fight potentially if they
It
make it
is.
happen.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
would I would like to see that actually.
definitely would like to see. I'd rather see that than Jake Paul and Floyd Mayweather, which is I think coming up in February sometime.
Oh,
Oh no no! Latest I heard on that, it's canceled because there's not that much interest.
really?
Yeah, yeah,
See,
yeah.
he thought
So
they must have thought that because of Jake Paul's YouTube presence that all his subscribers and followers would watch it. I guess not.
yeah, 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 and not just that. Maybe his people will, but the Mayweather and boxing fans don't want to see this stuff,
No.
right? I don't want to see it.
It's not intriguing enough at all.
That's like when he went over to Japan and fought that freaking what's his name that
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah
Tanaka something.
Tanaka whatever, and he the poor kid got beat up in 1 round.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was, and that kid's so dominant in the sport in the kickboxing world or Muay Thai or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But he's just not dominant. But he was way too small for Mayweather too,
Yeah. Hey
and it was
Doc,
just
are you just getting comfortable over there? Like,
yeah, man. I'm trying to
yeah,
figure out
okay,
the best
do what you
position
go, do what you gotta do. Just let me know if we gotta put a PG rating up or something.
for my balls showing.
I don't, I don't know, man. Um,
All right, I'll
yeah.
sit with my legs crossed.
So yeah, so who knows? Who knows? We'll see if that fight does
Mhm.
happen. It looks like this is the fight that is being leaned towards right now. Let's see. Another another topic of discussion, and I'm not. I don't really like talking about him that much, and we're talking about Canelo Alvarez, but you can't avoid not talking about him because he is so called the pound for pound champion of boxing right now.
Yeah,
He's the cash cow of
yeah,
boxing and stuff. So you can't really neglect that. You can't talk about boxing without talking Canelo. And the thing is with Canelo, and he just fought, right? And he beat the British guy Smith, stopped him. What a easy fight that was, man. Um, like what was that? Like this guy talked like he talked to Big Game Count Spell. Oh yeah, wait, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, and he just got taken apart. He didn't do
yeah,
anything. No resistance, nothing. So he's Canelo's fighting again. Like he's coming back and he's fighting in February. And the people are gonna give him they're gonna talk. They're gonna be like, "Oh, this guy that he's fighting, he's not even a big name," and whatever. If this guy's name is Ivni Yildirim, he's from Turkey. He's 21-2 with 12 KOs. He's just coming off a loss to Anthony Durrell. Um, a technical loss to Anthony Durrell. Plus, he got beat up pretty good by Chris Eubank Jr. I saw some of that. So this guy's not going to be any threat to Canelo, but hey, the thing is, at least he's fighting. The other thing is also that he's fighting. You know how prestigious the WBC belt is, especially with Mexican fighters, and the WBC mandatory is this guy, even Yildirim or whatever. Is a mandatory. So why not take take the mandatory, or you don't want to go into a getting stripped and this and that. Fight the mandatory. At least you're because
Is this at
one
sorry? Is this at middleweight
oh
or
and at
super
the weight
middleweight?
no sorry super middleweight and it's at super middleweight 168.
Yeah, that's super middleweight.
Yeah, they're not. He's not gonna go down to 160 apparently. unless the GGG fight can be made, that he'll
So he
go. There's a possibility. It's still there. It's not
he
dead.
would so he would fight Triple G again.
This is what the talk is. The talk is
Mhm.
that the
Okay.
talk is right now is that Canelo, Caleb Plant, and and Caleb Plant and
Yeah.
Benavidez.
Oh, I'd love that. But Caleb Plant, I think, is fighting in February
He's fighting next weekend. It's
next
on
week
and it's on
against Trout.
Fox. Caleb,
It's on Fox.
yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah.
on Fox.
Oh, I would love to see Ben Benitez and
You know, you like Benavidez.
oh,
Yeah,
I do. I do.
yeah.
I like a big, tall guy that throws fast combinations.
Is he like
Don't see
count?
that.
Is he? I mean, I wouldn't put him in the same. Benavidez is not in the same boat as Callum Smith. Um,
Oh,
he'll bring more fire to for sure.
yeah.
I what do you think with the G? Because we all want to see GGG fight, but after his last fight with that Sermento, the Polish
Yeah.
guy, to me, for his body looked great. He looked great, like he looked good and
Hmm.
ready. He's a good boy, but the fight he didn't look that great. Like it wasn't devastating, and I think Canelo
It
right
looked
now
hittable.
it didn't look good.
No.
If he was trying to win Canelo's attention to getting a rematch, he definitely didn't do it there because it's gonna lie in the hands of Canelo because Canelo right now is the one because after all that drug thing
Yeah.
and GGG all putting it in his face and saying you're a drug cheat, he cheated, blah blah blah. He don't want to fight him again in a rematch.
Well, if you're saying
Canelo
that,
don't.
if you're saying it's a possibility, if I were Canelo's team, or what I'm thinking, if I try to put myself in their mindset, maybe they wait another year before looking at a third Triple G. He's going to
No
be another
way.
year older.
But you think he's gonna be that foolish to fight in one more year? He's 39.
Yes, I
30
do think he would be foolish. I think we have a few examples of that happening already. Right? We had
or
one
37,
Manuel
30.
Marquez fought when he was 40. We had Pacquiao fight, right, when he was 40. Um, who else
Yeah,
do we have? We have
I mean, but Pacquiao did good. And
yeah.
what Marquez, whose last fight was with Pacquiao, right? Or no?
Um, no, he had another fight. I forget who it was with. I'd have to check. I'll check that. I will check that.
And then he won.
Um,
He won.
yeah, but he didn't look that good.
Okay.
Yeah. Um,
Okay. Well,
I'm
anyways,
gonna have to check it.
yeah.
But
Anyways,
why not? It's whatever, anything that can gain you an advantage, especially with two fighters that are that close. I think you do, but we'll see. We'll see.
we'll see. Because the thing is like people are getting on Canelo and stuff like why is he fighting this guy? Blah blah blah. He's gonna make a lot of money too. He's not getting that 30 something he used to get on DAZN because he's not with DAZN anymore, but he still fights on DAZN.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're not in a contract. I don't think. But I mean, look at like his last three fights, and we're looking at Canelo. He fought Golovkin a couple times. He fought Daniel Jacobs, Sergey Kovalev, Callum Smith. Um, so if you want to throw in an easier opponent right now, a stay busy opponent, especially while all this pandemic and everything's going
yeah,
on. Stuff,
yeah,
and this guy is trying to be the pound for pound best in the world. And like, I mean, they're saying he is, but he's trying to remain like at that status, and he wants to. So staying in the gym, you're training. Then you're training and you're sparring and you're staying sharp and being in the gym, and fighting is how you stay sharp. Sparring and fighting is how you stay like your knife is sharp.
yeah, yeah.
Like
Makes
that.
sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And then what about the British fighter? He just fought not long ago. What's his name? Smith. Billy Joe.
Oh,
Saunders.
Billy Joe Saunders.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to throw his name in there too. So the Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant, Benavides, they're all mixed up in this. Who's gonna fight Canelo on Cinco de Mayo? That's coming up, right? May
At 168.
168. Yeah, or light heavyweight because he fought Cole up at a heavyweight, light heavyweight,
Yeah. Yeah.
and was Calvin Smith that light heavyweight?
No.
No, okay, 168.
I think it was 168. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so those are, we'll see what will happen. Who's he gonna choose to fight on, for who's his dance partner for Cinco de Mayo, May 5th.
But he is planning on fighting on May 5th, eh?
He's gonna have this fight in February, then March, April, May. He's gonna be sharp again. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's maybe that's all a part of their plan.
yeah,
So he is
yeah,
sharp for May 5th.
yeah,
And it's probably a good plan.
yeah.
Yeah, but no matter who he fights, he gets still a ton of viewers. Maybe not as much as when he fights another well-known name, but he still is a big draw.
Definitely.
All of Mexico watches him. That's a big population.
He's very beloved. And you're telling me that if Canelo's fighting on the Zone or where, you're not gonna watch it? Like, I'm gonna watch.
Exactly.
Just because. But to be honest, like when he fought Callum Smith, I just watch it for the sake of just watching it. I mean, I'm not a Canelo fan.
Right.
But I'm a fan of, like, don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of skill. And I see him sparring and stuff, and see his fight, and the stuff that he does is like mind-boggling. You're like, man, he's going like this, faking a hand here and going uppercut with the other hand, and the way he makes you miss here. His defense is underrated.
It really is underrated.
Because Mexican fighters.
Mm-hmm. You even saw that in the first fight against Triple G when he was backed up against the ropes. Triple G caught him a few times, but not that clean, and missed more than he caught him as well.
Yeah.
Just from his head movement. So, yeah. It'll be interesting. That'll be another interesting. That's why the spring's going to be pretty interesting, actually. Because you're also going to see more of the other big names coming back to fighting.
Yeah. There's a bunch of fights that are gonna happen, and then remember how we used to go over the fights all the time, me and you.
Yeah.
And then we just talk about the fights and stuff and our opinions and everything. One big fight that's coming up that it's guaranteed to be a barn burner, and that's Miguel Berchelt and Oscar Valdez. That's a WBC junior lightweight title.
Yeah, I like that fight.
Man, it's so tantalizing.
I like Oscar Valdez. I really enjoy watching him fight. He's so slick. He's so good. His counter punching is beautiful. That kid is something. Coached by his pop.
But he's coached by his dad, but not now. He's coached by Eddie Reynoso. He's in
I like that even more.
He's in the Reynoso gym in the stable.
I love that.
Yeah.
I like that even more.
Reynoso,
that'll take his skill, I think, even to another level.
I just watched a little tidbit thing of Valdez sparring with Canelo, but just for Canelo to work on his head movement, because you got a lighter guy that can throw faster punches, and you see Canelo's like, man, moving that head. And he honestly made Valdez look like an amateur. Like, I'm like, that's Oscar Valdez? He can't even hit Canelo?
Yeah, but you don't know if before they sparred, and especially because they were filming it, if the team said, if Canelo's team basically had an agreement with Valdez's team saying, listen, you can't make our guy look bad.
Yeah, possibly, but I
Right?
mean, Canelo's head movement is sick.
It is sick.
Yeah,
Regardless, it's
yeah,
sick, and he showed that in a lot of his fights, actually.
yep. Like
Right?
how nice is it when the punch comes at you like this, and you just go like this, and you move your head to instead of slipping, like just he goes like that, and
Yeah,
it goes past him.
amazing,
That's
amazing. You
sick, eh?
remember that fight against Austin Trout? I think it was in Texas as well.
No
There's
doubt,
a
Trout.
one. Pardon me.
No doubt, Trout.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
And there
yeah.
was a sequence of in one round, a beautiful sequence of Canelo just going defensively as he's moving backwards, and he's just making him miss everywhere, and it's just so beautiful. I've never forgotten that because it stood out. His
Yeah,
head movement and
yeah,
defensive skill. Check that out. It was somewhere in the later seventh round, maybe.
yeah,
Just a beautiful series of
yeah.
body movement and footwork on the defensive side.
Nice, because you
Really
don't see
special.
that. We don't see that a lot with Mexican fighters.
No.
The-
Canelo's whatever you think about the drug use, whatever, he's still a highly skilled, high level fighter.
yeah,
Always will be.
I can't take that away from him. I don't know what to think. Like for example, like I went to the sports store and I saw some boxing shirts and there's a Canelo shirt and I'm like, damn, that's sick. Like I love boxing clothes, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't want to buy no Canelo shirt. I don't want to go around with a C and the A Canelo Alvarez. Like,
Yeah, I don't like those. They all do it. Pacquiao too. I don't like his emblem either.
I love Pacquiao, man. I can't say
No, but I'm talking about
I know. Yeah,
his logo.
his logo. Yeah. So some other fights, Doc. Then we
Yeah.
got that one Valdez and Burchell, and that's February 20th. Then we also got the week later. We got Jamal Herring versus Carl Frampton. That one's going to be
Wow.
in England. 12 rounds for Herring's WBO junior light. I think Frampton will win. I like Frampton. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Very humble and everything,
Yeah.
and he fights like a true Irish lad, like tough.
Yeah. His fight especially the first fight with Leo Santa Cruz was an
What a
amazing
war!
fight.
And he beat him the first fight.
Yeah, he did.
And that was a huge upset. That
Yeah.
was massive.
Yeah.
Massive.
Great fight.
And then
Yeah.
Leo came back and then beat him in the rematch.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's an exciting fight. When is that one?
That one's gonna be February 27th.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Not too far away.
Yeah. And then we got another great fight, Doc. Smaller guys. Juan Francisco Estrada versus
One of my favorite fighters. Yeah.
Roman Chocolito Gonzalez.
Again?
And rematch.
Oh my God.
What a fight, eh?
Yeah. Chocolito slowed down a little bit. He has slowed down. He took some real punishment against that Thai fighter. I can't even pronounce his name.
Sor Rungasai.
See, you're good with that, man.
Yeah.
Two bullfights he lost, remember? Although I thought he may have inched out the first
lost
fight.
twice. Yeah. Rungasai is a good fighter. He's fighting too. But Chocolito, Doc, I don't really necessarily agree with that because I think he's only still 32, but that's old for that weight class, right?
Yeah,
smaller weight class fighters, your longevity is not as it is in other weight classes, bigger weight classes per se. But Chocolito, his victory, a big upset over the WBA champion Kal Yafai from England. And
yes,
he really surprised. He knocked Yafai out.
Yes, yeah. And Yafai was like
he was good. He was good.
He was good.
Yeah.
He was slick.
He's from Birmingham, England. I
Yeah,
don't know.
and I think he dropped weight. He came down in weight class again. Is that's
I
not the
don't think
veto? I
so.
think
I think he was a 112 flyweight WBA champion, and Chocolito fought him for that belt.
nice. Yeah, then he did come down in weight for that fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fighting.
No,
Oh,
Chocolatito.
Chocolito, did he?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
because yeah, because he had gone up in weight and he was having trouble a little. That's when he fought Rung Vasai and all those guys.
Yeah.
Had trouble. Fought that Mexican guy that was a champion as well. I forgot his name. You remember that fight?
What,
He
Gonzalez?
beat him, but it went 12 rounds, and so it was back and forth. But Gonzalez pulled it out. Mexican fighter. I remember he had really bad acne on his back. Does that trigger anything?
No, man.
Oh
I
man,
can't,
I thought you were a
this.
boxing fan.
I was.
No, but you'll remember. If we look that up, you'll remember the dude. I forget his name. He's a Mexican.
Oh.
Damn
Okay,
it.
whatever. Well, I'll write that down on the things to look up. Okay?
Yeah, way to go.
I'll do it after we're done.
Sure.
Doc, I don't even know how much time you got left.
Let me tell you, we're about done.
Oh wow, we didn't get to do our segments.
No, but we'll do that
okay.
next time.
Yeah.
And then just very briefly, you also sent me to look up what's his name? Jaron Ennis.
Boots Ennis. Oh.
So I've seen him fight. I actually have seen his fights. And
you've seen him before. Okay.
Yeah, he's a KO artist as well, but he's got amazing head movement, defensive skills.
Slick as hell.
Slick, throws combination punches. Let's talk more about him next time.
Philly fighter.
But he is real. Ennis is real skill and talent.
Oh my god, I love watching him. Pardon?
He's a welterweight, I think.
Yeah, 147. Oh yeah. Man, he's sick. He's sick. I love him.
He just added even more depth to that division.
Damn, I know.
And he's undefeated.
I know. That just gave me goosebumps, man. Like that guy's so nice. 26-0, 24 knockouts. Yeah. That's
right. Amazing. Yeah. So let's talk more about him
for sure,
in that weight division next week, because now he's just thick and that's even deeper now with him in the mix.
He's throwing it off, throwing things off course there.
I know, yeah. And we like that, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right,
okay, Doc. So we're just gonna end it. I don't have the music on me right now.
No
See,
worries.
that's how prepared we are.
we'll figure something else out.
All right, Doc. All right.
Okay, bye.
Okay, Talon, take care.
Thank you. Bye.